All right, so we are back with my 2006 Toyota Sequoia. In the first video, we kind of talked about an overview of where I got the Sequoia, what's wrong with it, what needs to be fixed, where I see it going, stuff like that. And as exciting as that is, we have to do some of the dirty work first, and that includes cleaning and washing this entire thing because it was filthy. So as far as the outside, this needs a total wash, scrub, and rinse. And then on the inside, we will do a vacuum. We're gonna take the seats out, we're gonna clean those up, and then overall clean everything else that hasn't been hit yet, and then it should be perfect. So let's get into it. Just a reminder, if you're looking to make your vehicle stand out, check out trailrunnercustoms.com. We offer aftermarket grills for 4th generation 4Runners, 1st gen Sequoias, and 1st gen Tundras. We are also working to make new grills for various vehicles. We offer fast shipping from the United States, in-depth installation guide videos, and simple assembly paired with great customer service. Alright, so we're jumping straight into washing the outside of the vehicle. I just sprayed everything off and began washing. I knew that this wash was much needed and might take a while just because there was a lot of buildup on the front of the vehicle, especially in the grille and headlights area, just from bugs and dirt and general stuff you hit on the road. So I'd really spent time going over it, going over the roof. The roof was also especially dirty. And then I worked my way from the front to the back, and I was able to get the whole vehicle clean in not too long. Alright, so we just finished a nice little hand wash and rinse on the Sequoia. Now we're going to move on to the interior, so let's back this thing in the garage and get to work. Okay, so this interior is looking really filthy. There's tons of crumbs, rocks, and sand all over the floorboards, as well as trash hidden up under the seats and on the ground. We also need to wipe down the stereo and all the other plastic trim pieces, as well as the dash. The windows, speakers, and seats also need a lot of attention, so let's go ahead and get to work. Alright, so I started by taking the trash and big debris out of the Sequoia, and then we moved on to removing the floor mats. Now, a good thing for me, a lot of the dirt was on the floor mats, which made it only bad around the edges, which was kind of helpful in the end. So then we took our vacuum and started getting some of the larger pieces in the flat areas. As you see here, I took a little toothbrush and a vacuum. I saw this detailing tip on a guy's YouTube channel. So you just run the toothbrush in front of the vacuum to kind of knock loose the dirt and kind of pop it out of the crack, and then you are able to vacuum it up a lot easier. Next, you see me taking the vacuum and vacuuming up part of the center console. Those little crevices are really hard to get into. This is the first vacuum that I've done on the car. We're going to do 2 sets, one with the seats and one without the seats. This is just to remove all the obvious dirt and grime to make it a little bit less overwhelming once I take the seats out. So we did get a lot done here. As you see, I moved to the back seats, just vacuuming out everything as best I can. And honestly, I was a little bit shocked by how much better the Sequoia started to look after just one vacuum session. And so this kind of encouraged me to keep moving to take out the seats. So I started with removing the 3rd row seats. These ones actually didn't need any screws to be removed. You just had to push down the red lever and pull them straight back out. These were a lot easier than the other ones. Next, I moved to the back center console. Again, no screws removing yet, just kind of a pull lever and lift up situation, which made it really easy. So as we move to the back 2 seats, this is where it starts to get a little bit more complicated. Each of these seats had 4 bolts, and they also needed to be tilted up to be taken out. So I just grabbed my ratchet, unscrewed the bolts, and then kind of pivoted them out. Moving on to the front seats, these were again held in by 4 bolts. This one had 2 in the front and 2 in the back. So I just removed the covers, and there was a lot of trash under these covers. But once I took them off, I just had to break the bolts loose and then lift up the front. There was a wiring harness with 3 clips. Unclip that, and then you were able to take the seats out pretty easily. Alright, so this looks pretty weird, but we now do have all of the seats out, and the only thing remaining is the dash and the center console. And as you can see, it needs a lot of work cleaning-wise, so we're going to get right on that with vacuum and carpet cleaning. So the area under the seats was definitely a lot dirtier than I thought it was going to be, especially on the sides. I guess that's kind of where dirt and debris fall down the cracks. But anyways, I grabbed the shop vac and I just kind of did a nice overall vacuum of everything, getting up all the crumbs and dirt. That way it'll be clean for carpet cleaning. So I just got through with a very, very intensive shop vac session. We vacuumed out just about every speck of dust in this thing. As you can see, It's got a lot of stains. That's what we're hoping to get out with the drill brush and the cleaner. But had to get all the dirt and dust and sand and rocks and everything out before we hit it. So I'm glad that's over. So what I have now is some Chemical Guys 2-part carpet cleaner. So I'm just gonna spray this on, work it in with the drill brush, and then I'll use the shot back extractor to clean it. So let's do it. So as you can see, I just used the drill brush by hand. The drill wasn't really working for me, but we just put this cleaner on, scrubbed it, and then extracted it. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of film of this because my phone overheated in the car. But yeah, as you can see, it definitely took a couple times to get each stain out the best I could. It was just a lot of scrubbing and extracting, and I had to stick with it to make it work. I also figured it was a good time to wipe down the sides of the center console since the seats were out. So cleaning the seats themselves, I changed my strategy a little bit. I used more water with the cleaner. That way I was able to extract more dirt from them. As you can see, I'm actually using the drill brush in this. And looking at the extractor, you can kind of see all of the dirt and brown water I'm pulling out of the seats. And at the end of the day, I did get a lot out of these seats, but there were still a few brown spots, which was a little bit discouraging considering how hard it was to clean all of these seats. This is a pretty good shot of me doing the entire front of one of the seats. It's one of the better restorations I made. This one was really brown when it started, and then it looked good at the end. But like I said, this was just a really tedious task on these seats, especially because I wasn't seeing the results I wanted to. So I kind of got a little bit frustrated, but I'll talk more about that in a second. I also took some all-purpose cleaner to wipe down the plastic parts of the seats, the buttons and the fronts. And that kind of helped out a lot with the appearance. It just made the plastic a lot shinier and got rid of some of the scuffs and dirt, which really made the seats look a lot better. So this was the rear seat with the super large brown stain, and as you can see by the extractor, I'm getting a ton of dirt out of this seat. This was probably one of the most satisfying parts of cleaning the seats, just because of how much dirt I removed and how much better it looked overall. Now at the end it wasn't perfect, but it definitely got rid of that enormous brown stain. Alright, so we have the seats laid out to dry. I just kind of want to talk about the whole cleaning experience and where the seats are now. As you can see, there are a little bit of brown spots still on the seats, which is a little discouraging, I'm not going to lie. Let's talk about why that might be. First, it just could have been user error. This is my first time cleaning and extracting seats, so it was a learning experience for me. And second, the cleaner I bought wasn't all too expensive. It was kind of an Amazon Basics type of cleaner. So that could have had something to do with it, but regardless, we need to let these things dry. So while we're waiting on that to dry, I went ahead and got some plastic cleaner and wiped down some of the plastic trim pieces in the back. These were really dirty and they had a lot of scuffs that couldn't come out. Then I moved on to the doors themselves, again just trying to knock off any scuffs and dust and debris. Also hit the leather pieces there with some leather cleaner. Again, just wanted to shine everything up the best I could. And then finally we moved on to the glass with some glass cleaner, and that really helped out the overall look of the vehicle. So yeah, this definitely wasn't easy, but it was a necessary step to getting it clean. So we are just about done with the interior. I've wiped down all the dash, the center console, doors, the inside glass, just about everything I can get my hands on. And let me tell you, it was a lot of work, but hopefully it'll be worth it. So now all we gotta do is let this carpet dry some more, let the seats dry some more, and then we'll start reassembling the car. So I put together a few clips of me putting the seats back in. I didn't want it to be too long, so I kind of sped it up a little bit, but it was a lot easier reinstalling them. For the front, it was just a matter of putting the wire harness back and then screwing down the 4 bolts. I also ended up taking out the bolt covers in the back and cleaning them off, which made them look a lot better. I'm replacing them right there. Overall, I think that taking the seats out was probably not as worthwhile as I had foreseen it to be. Yes, there was a lot of dirt under there, a lot of stains under there, but it pretty much took up my entire Saturday, just taking this all out and putting it back in. And while I'm glad I did it, I don't know if I would do it again. So if you guys have watched the video this far, I really appreciate it. I know that this wasn't the most exciting of videos, but this was a necessary step to being able to make the fun and cool videos that will come next. So at the end here, I put together a little bit of a before and after shot. The Sequoia came a long way in this video, just clean wise. It was years overdue for this. and I really appreciate you guys sticking with me this far. Be on the lookout for mod and upgrade videos soon, and I can't wait to take this journey with you.